Muzie.Live is a platform designed for in-person, online, and hybrid music lessons. All the features that we have on our platform are available in all three of those kinds of environments. But the first thing we're going to talk about today is assignments. Assignments are probably the most used tool on Muzie because they transcend all types of lessons. This tool is available, as I mentioned, in our in-person room, on our online room, and just anytime you need it. So there's a couple of ways to access your assignments. The first thing you can do is just click the Assignments tab, hit New, and start creating an assignment. Whichever student you have selected from your list is the student that assignment will be defaultly shared to. You can, of course, share with other students or groups if you would wish. Once you've created an assignment, you'll see they all appear here. As you'll see with assignments, you'll be able to set a due date, a goal, and you will see your students' practice streak and total practice time, and their general progress. So when you're in Muzie, whether or not you're in a lesson or not, you can just go over here, hit New, and from this page, this is where we will create our assignment. We'll give it a name, so name, and we'll set a practice goal. So I'm going to set 2 hours. And the due date for this practice goal will be next week. This can be really whatever you would like, whatever is relevant to the student or the lesson, but it's really up to you. Then you'll write up what the assignment actually is. If you're in person or online, really any type of teaching, I personally find typing up my assignments a little bit distracting, but if you're a good typer, that's no problem. You can just type it up and, just tell your students what they need to do. Now, personally, like I said, I don't really like to type while I'm teaching. It sort of distracts from my lesson flow. I usually use the AI to do my assignments for me. Now, I know AI can be a little like, oh man, what's that? But really, it's pretty much a teaching assistant. So the first thing the AI can do is record anything you say. So in this case, I'll hit record and we'll start creating an assignment. So this week, I'd like you to work on pages 2, 3, and 4 in your workbook. When you've completed those pages, I'd like you to continue on to pages 5, 6, and 7. On page 7, you're going to notice that it is going to get a little bit more difficult. So if you have any questions, please use the chat and I'll be able to help you. You'll also work on your major scales. Focus on playing them nice and slowly, use your metronome, and only increase the metronome by 5 beats per minute each time you've played the scale correctly. So now we will stop this, and we have all of the things that I just said transcribed into the assignment. Now, we could leave it here and just start adding the files and resources that are relevant to the assignment as well. Or if this is just not enough, or it's spoken text, so it might not be formatted quite how you would want your assignment to be, so you can go through and manually edit this, or you can click AI Magic. From here, you'll be given this prompt page where you can select a dozen different prompts to basically turn the input into something more useful. So in this case, I'm going to select assignment and hit abracadabra. Now this takes about 30 seconds or so. So it can feel sort of like it's taking a while, but I think you'll be impressed by how much it actually writes and how much it can extrapolate from quite a short little paragraph. Now, you could run the recorder for the entire lesson, and the more context and the more sort of understanding that you provide to the AI, the better the outcome will be. So feel free to just start up the lesson, hit record, and just forget that it's even there. And at the end of the lesson, you'll just be able to generate these pretty impressive assignments. Now, as you can see, our assignment has showed up. We've got an objective is to learn, practice, and master the exercises on page 2 through 7, to understand and play the major scales accurately and increase our speeds. And it's created some exercises for us. It's created the major scale exercise. It's providing some tips, and it's telling us, remember that, you're just improving to play and it's all good fun. Now, if that's what you want, awesome, hit save and away you go. If that's not quite right, you could try again, or you could select a different prompt and another answer will come up. But I'm happy with that, so I'm going to hit save. Now, you'll notice that the original text stays in here, just in case you want to reuse it or there was something valuable there that you needed. But if you don't need it, you can just delete that. Anything in here is editable. It's just a text document, so you can go through, change any wordings or anything that you'd like. But as you can see, this assignment is now way more structured than it was a couple of seconds ago. Now we can go into probably the most important part and actually add the content to the assignment. In Muzie, you can either grab things directly from your Muzie file manager, which is an unlimited file storage, or you can just upload directly from your computer. So you can upload any kind of files that you might be using. So for this assignment, I'm just going to take a whiteboard document that I was working on, a video recording that we made, and let's take this whiteboard template. And we'll save these. And as you see, those all appear in the assignment. The assignments all autosave, so when you're done, you can just hit close. What you'll see right away is your assignment up here at the top, the due date, the goal. Obviously, there's no practice streak or no time yet because none of the students have practiced this. This is shared automatically with Sam because that's the person that I had selected when I made this assignment. If you don't want an assignment to be shared, you can just unshare it, or you can actually select one of your test students and you can create the assignment from there and it won't be assigned to anybody. That's a pretty rare situation, but it is possible to create an assignment that is not tied to any students. But if you want to share it with another student, you just click on that student's name and you just click share, and now they have access as well. From the student point of view, when they open the assignment, they will see the material inside. So this is sort of all of the instructions we have. They'll see the assignment files. This is all of the resources that are relevant to that assignment. You can open these and they'll open up as their own tabs. So we can go back and forth between all of the different resources that we might be, working on. And then the student area will show you the due date, the time left on the goal, the practice stats, the general progress, which day of the week your student has practiced. When your students start working on the assignments, it will fill in these files. So here, let me open one that's actually been worked on so we can sort of see what that looks like. So we'll go into probably this one, go into student files, awesome. And we can see the student has practiced a couple of times on this assignment. They've done 2 hours, they've completed their goal, they got a silver badge. They got a silver badge because they completed their goal after the due date. They would get a gold badge if they completed the goal before or on their due date. So that's just a little identifier to show how your student's progressing. And again, student uploads will appear here, so they can upload recordings, files, notes, anything of that nature. The notes will go here specifically. Students can just type them up and hit save. And then as you see, this is sort of a general sort of progress and data page about this particular assignment. When students open an assignment, the timer automatically starts tracking how long they're working on that assignment. So it's a great way for them to keep track of what they're working on. When a student is done, or another sort of way of looking at the content that students are working on is from the leaderboard. From here, you'll see exactly how much time students are spending practicing. This is both assignment practice and free practice. In the students' accounts, they just have a button that says practice timer. At any time, they can click that and just start practicing. You can see one of our other videos for more info on that if you'd like. But basically, all of the students will go up on your leaderboard. At the end of every week, every month, and every year, your students will be automatically awarded these badges. So those are, you don't have to really worry about that yourself as a teacher, but they're automatically sent out to your students. So you can just sort of see who's actually practicing and they get awarded for it. Assignments, similarly, will just be automated, so the students will get these awards just based on the assignments that they complete. On the other hand, these awards are actually given out by the teacher. So if we select somebody else, you'll see this student doesn't have all of these awards yet. So we can select one of these monsters. We can type up our own message. So we can say, great work today. And then we can send that. And now that student, when they log in, they'll get a notification that they've been awarded a new monster. And that will go into their sort of sticker portfolio. Kind of like Pokemon in a way. They're just sort of trying to collect all the monsters. You can send multiple copies of the same monster, so if you do run through them all, you can sort of resend them again. And you also have the practice log. The practice log is where you can check up on what students are actually practicing. This shows you a combined data of all the practice. So this is assignments and free practice. So this student did 20 minutes on his assignment and did 2 minutes of just free practice. You can see which days of the weeks I practiced, and you can see total time and current streak. So all of that is sort of more of a global view, whereas when we were in the assignment, that was more of a specific view. So this is the main features of the sort of assignments and whatnot inside of Muzie. But we also have whiteboards and clips and notes and tons of other tools. All of those tools are available inside the assignments. So as you saw earlier, we had put in a whiteboard inside this assignment. So at any time, my student could go into the assignment, they could go in here, they can open the whiteboard, and they can actually interact with the whiteboard. So they can grab a marker, they can fill things in. It's fully interactive. If we send them a recording, they can open that recording, and from here, they can actually record their own tracks. So I can go in and I can hit record, and in a couple seconds, my camera will pop up, and I can actually start recording myself. Hello, everybody. And so this is a great way for students to be able to sort of collaborate and interact with the assignment. So if you provide backing tracks or sheet music, they can play along, record themselves, and submit all of that back to you. Awesome. Please let me know if you have any questions about Muzie. You can go to www.muzie.live, and we have a built-in chat support down here. If you ever have any questions, just jump onto that chat support. It is always real people. So please just reach out. We're happy to help. Thank you.